is your instant update on the coronavirus in New York City, March 17th, 2020. As always, we will keep your instant update under 7 minutes. Up front, we will cover the latest count of confirmed cases. From there, we will hear the latest views from the President and Mayor Cuomo. We will also listen into a discussion with an Italian doctor from this morning's episode of The Daily. Finally, we will end on a lighter note regarding the President's hygiene habits. In New York City, we are now up to 644 confirmed cases and 7 deaths. As of our last update, we had 463 confirmed cases and 5 deaths. The President addressed the nation yesterday with a more somber tone and revised guidelines, indicating that Americans should now not gather in groups of more than 10. But he stopped short of telling people to stay inside, a move which other countries have made.
Therefore, my administration is recommending that all Americans, including the young and healthy, work to engage in schooling from home when possible, avoid gathering in groups of more than 10 people, avoid discretionary travel, and avoid eating and drinking at bars, restaurants, and public food courts. If everyone makes this change or these critical changes and sacrifices now, we will rally together as one nation, and we will defeat the virus, and we're going to have a big celebration all together.
He also addressed Cuomo's calls for assistance on hospital capacity.
Earlier today, Governor Cuomo of New York said that he believes that hospital capacity soon will be overwhelmed and implored you to call on the Army Corps of Engineers to build temporary facilities to house patients. Is that something
we're looking into? It. We've heard that. We've heard it from really 2 places. There are 2 places that have specifically, New York being one, and we are looking into it very strongly.
In his press conference earlier today, Governor Cuomo indicated that testing is ramping up to thousands of tests per day, saying, "It is going very, very well." He also outlined the unique tri-state strategy being employed by Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York to outline the same rules. He said you don't want people driving to different states due to a different set of rules, so uniformity works. Further, he acknowledged that many people are upset, and he took responsibility for these decisions. Let's listen in.
Some people are upset about schools being closed. I said to the local officials, and I want to say to the people of the state of New York, if you are upset by what we have done, be upset at me. I made them because I believe they are in the best interest of the state. I know they caused disruption. I know people are upset. I know businesses will be hurt by this, but my judgment is do whatever is necessary to contain this virus.
He also addressed the fear and rumors.
There are many rumors out there, part of the fear, the anxiety. People spread rumors. Well, maybe you're going to quarantine New York City. We hear New York City is going to quarantine itself. That is not true. That cannot happen. It cannot happen legally. No city in the state can quarantine itself without state approval. And I have no interest whatsoever and no plan whatsoever to quarantine any city.
Finally, he said emphasis would now shift to prioritizing the healthcare system. He laid out the numbers, highlighting that the peak is expected in 45 days, with the need for 55,000 to 110,000 hospital beds, and potentially 19,000 to 37,000 ICU beds. New York State has 53,000 hospital beds and 3,000 ICU beds total. He said, quote, "And that's the challenge and remains the challenge. The numbers are daunting. What are we doing? Flatten the curve." He went on to talk about more potential closings to help this effort, which is imperative. Finally, let's end on a lighter note with an update on how the President's habits are changing.
How have you changed your own behavior to take account of this virus? Are you washing your hands more?
I've always washed my hands a lot. I wash my hands a lot, probably, maybe if anything more, certainly not less.
So, the President is washing his hands a lot. You should too. Thanks for listening, and remember that you can get COVID-19 updates sent to your phone by texting COVID to 692-692. If you or anyone you know believes they may have been exposed to coronavirus, please call the New York State Health Hotline at 1-888-364-3065. As always, we will be back tomorrow with another instant update on the coronavirus in New York City.